Hi everybody. I'm going to give you a very quick tutorial on how to turn a Weber kettle grill into a smoker to make smoked brisket. First thing you want to do, get the brisket. I got a 9.5 pound flat from Costco, and this costs about $55. Take it home. You want to cut out the fat and silver skin on the top. On the bottom, you want to have a fat cap on there that's about 1/4 inch thick. So you might need to do a little trimming, take out the really hard white fat, but you want to have that fat cap across the bottom. This will help keep the brisket moist. Then you want to put your favorite rub on the brisket, just pat it on there, put it in the fridge for 12 to 24 hours. I did this, and then about 3 in the morning, I got up to start the smoking. First thing I did is called the snake method, and you can look this up. You take 58 charcoal briquettes, and you line them 2 by 2 all around the perimeter of the kettle grill. You leave a little bit of gap in between the two ends. Then you take another 58, put those directly on top of those other ones, line them all the way around, intersperse some smoke wood chunks in there. I used apple and pecan, that's what I had on hand, turned out pretty well. In the middle of that, you want to take a foil pan, put 6 cups of water in this. This pan will help regulate your temperature and prevent your brisket from being dried out. So then you take 10 lit charcoal briquettes, dump those on the end of the snake, and make sure it's only touching the one end, and that will begin the process of burning that charcoal slowly all the way around. Immediately take your brisket out of the fridge, put it right onto the grate. Put a temperature probe in one end if you have that. And then set it up. In my case, I needed to put the vent at the top at about 50% and the vent at the bottom about 50%. If you do this, it should get your temperature in the range between 250 and 300 degrees. In about 7 hours, my brisket had come to a temperature of 170 degrees, and at that point I had to apply the Texas crutch, which meant I took the brisket off of the grill. I put it in some foil, tightly wrapped it, put it back on, and let it go for another 2 hours. And at that point, it reached 205 degrees. That's the magic number. I took it off of the grill. I turned it upside down, so the fat side was on top, still wrapped in the foil. Put it inside of a foil pan, and then put that foil pan inside of a cooler with towels on the bottom and close the cooler tightly. I let it sit for 3 hours. At this point, all of the collagen that's inside of the brisket is converting to gelatin, and then it's keeping it nice and juicy and moist. After 3 hours, you take the brisket out, unwrap the foil, and make sure you save the juices, because you're going to put a little bit of the juice into some barbecue sauce, if that's what you like. That will really give your barbecue sauce great flavor. Otherwise, you want to save the juice so you can help reheat the brisket and keep it moist. If you put it in the fridge and let it cool down, you'll be able to scrape the fat off the juice, and then you have nothing but pure brisket juice. We did this. We ate the brisket on its own. We had brisket tacos. We're going to make brisket hash tomorrow. And we made some brisket cheesesteaks tonight. Christina made a wonderful cheese sauce. She sauteed some peppers and onions, and we used that brisket juice to help heat up the brisket to keep it nice and moist, and it was absolutely delicious.